It real quick, just to show you the spirit of the Essenes. So they was rolling. Uh, Look at Acts 4 in verse 34. Acts 4:34. Neither was there any among them that lacked. Hear that? Neither was there any among them that lacked. For as many as were possessors of lands or houses sold them. They didn't sell their lands and houses was homeless. They had lands and houses because they had something. Yeah, many as that had possessors of lands and houses sold them. And what did they do with the money? And brought the prices of the things that were sold and laid them down at the apostles' feet. And distribution was made unto every man according as he had need. You see? That's how we was rolling. The Essenes. And Joseph, who by the apostles was surnamed Barnabas, which is being interpreted the son of consolation, a Levite of the country of Cyprus, having land, sold it, and brought the money. So you see the prices. So y'all be talking about, it ain't about no money, it's about crops and cattle and all that. He bought the money. This is clear. You don't need interpretation. Having land, sold it, and brought the money and laid it at the apostles' feet. And that was so. That's what the church is about, right here. You're supposed to be gathering the money once you take care of the expenses of the church, whatever has to be taken care of there, and you there for the people, to help the people for whatever need they have, without going through red tape, just for $100 or $200. I've heard mega churches send people through. Let me look at the records. Let me see how many tithes you done brought in. Let me see how much you done gave. If that's the case, you might as well kept your own money. You know you don't have a need. Our people need everything. But going back to Philippians 2 and 4. That's why, just wish that we could really look at this. And then, you have those that they only going to take care of whoever is in their congregation, whoever's in their church. Others have needs of whatever it is that you can't go to these churches and say, hey, I have a need. What's the difference between you and the secular churches, I call them, regular religious churches, and you have those in your church that have a need, and they have those that are outside your church have a need, and you won't even help them. And they Israelites, and you know it. That's how divided we are. And don't give no one example that you did this one or that one. Come on. If we exist all these years, there should be more testimonies of, yeah, we help Israelites, our people. The ones that are Jews and the ones that are Americans. Jews and Gentiles. Okay? Israelites and Gentiles. Israelites and Greeks. Israelites and Americans that are Israelites. You see? That's what this is talking about. Because our people have need. Philippians 2 and 4. Look not every man on his own things, but every man also on the things of others. Let this mind be in you, which was also in Hamashiach Yahushua, who being in the form of the Most High, meaning he was the son of the Most High, thought it not robbery to be equal with the Most High, but made himself of no reputation. I mean, he didn't exalt himself. He ain't looking at, I'm this, I'm that. My position with the nation of Israel is this. He didn't do that. He was the King of kings and power of power, master of masters. What did it say? But made himself of no reputation, and took upon him the form of a servant, and was made in the likeness of men. See? And being found in the fashion as a man, he humbled himself. See? And became obedient unto death, even the death of the cross. See? So, that's why he said in verse 5, let this mind be in you, which was also in Hamashiach Yahushua, by Hashem Hamashiach Yahushua. So, when you look at how he was, He left us an example, admonition for us today. It's written for us today. You know this. Then if it is, then we got to be like he said we should be as he was. You know, he made himself a reputation. He was trying to hide from people. But he couldn't be hidden for all the miracles he done. But he wasn't trying to be out there like that, proclaiming himself to be some great one. Nah, and he was great. Acts 17 and verse 2. Acts 17 and 2. And Paul, as his manner was, went in unto them, and 3 Sabbath days, 3 weeks, every 7 days, reasoned with them out of the scriptures. So he went in there and reasoned out of the scriptures, opening and alleging that Mashiach must needs have suffered and risen again from the dead, and that this Yahushai, whom I preach unto you, is Mashiach, is the Messiah, is the anointed. You see? And some of them believed and consorted with Paul and Silas, and of the devout Greeks a great multitude, and of the chief women not a few. So devout Greeks, devout is very spiritual. Greeks, which are who? The Israelites. As I told you, that we went way back to the Greek Empire to show you that they were Greeks. It was against the law to call yourself an Israelite, a Jew, else you'd be put to death. So that's what they were. Greeks, no different than our people today. They Israelites, Negro, Indian, Latino descent. In the Americas, North, Central, and South America, they call themselves what? Americans. Or Canadians, or whatever they call themselves. Mexicans, or Salvadorians, you know, Puerto Ricans, and so forth. All the names that they've been called. But they still identify themselves the same way as Gentiles and not the Israelites, because they've been programmed to believe this from generation to generation to generation to generation. This is what you're going to teach them. And this is what our people regurgitate. It's in their mind. Like, go to 1 Timothy's 4th chapter. This is our people. 1 Timothy 4 and 1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times, some shall depart from the faith. So some gonna depart, like I say, it's a revolving door. Some gonna depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits. Hear what it say? Giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils. That's why people into everything. Go look at it's what we doing. This is our problem. A lot of what we do is because we've been seduced by seducing spirits and doctrines of devils. Here we are trying to bring forth the truth to our people, and they looking at it like something's wrong with you. And you look at our people they really stuck on being Sodom's children, as the scriptures say, because why? They are following the way of, they learn the way of the heathen. They learn the way of our oppressors. They say this is the way you're going to learn it, just like it is today. Ain't no different. Ain't nothing new under the sun. It's the same thing that we're dealing with now. It's the same thing we've been doing for year in and year out and year in and year out. Following the pagan days, getting ready for the next pagan day. To do what? The same thing you've been programmed to do every year. It's the same old, same old. But the Most High gave us holy convocations to go by. But here we are following the way of the heathen. And he told us not to. Jeremiah 10:2 says, learn not the way of the heathen. He said, learn not the way of the heathen. And what do? We learn the way of the heathen. Now we all jacked up. Now we all jacked up. Why? Because we want to be like them. Look at Proverbs 12:26. Proverbs 12:26. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduces them. See? That's how you be seduced, by the wicked. That's why when you go back to 1 Timothy 4:1, now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times, which the last days, some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduces them. So the wicked bringing forth seducing spirits and doctrines of devils. They believe what these devils are saying. The world is 20 million years old, and they got, angels falling out of the sky, coming out of the sky, having sex with women. Well, I ask all women, when the last time you had sex with an angel? In the new under the sun. All kind of different doctrines of devils. Religions. Where did it come from? Where did it start from? Most High didn't give us religion. He gave us laws, statutes, commandments, and faith in the Mashiach Yahushua, and fear the Most High, and crying to the Most High for his people, the 12 tribes of Israel. That's what he gave us, and that's what we're supposed to be doing. But people are, taking heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils, speaking lies and hypocrisy, having their conscience, that's your mind, seared with a hot iron. A hot iron falling out, they leave a mark, just like the shape of that iron. That's what say your minds. That's why you can't understand this spiritually, because your mind has been seared like a hot iron. You can't come out of the fact of your religious release or wherever you came from or whatever you've been dealing with. Some of you ain't coming from no religious belief. You just believe in your own self, your own feelings. Most High ain't dealing with no feelings. He ain't dealing with none of that. Of none of us. He has no partiality. Remember the Most High said? What did he say? You better understand what he's saying. I mean, these scriptures are some that's been here. You should already know this. But you better know it really in the spirit of how it's supposed to be done, because this is the Most High said, Colossians 3:25. It ain't going nowhere. It's going to be there tomorrow. It's been there before you came on the earth, before I came on the earth. It's going to be there forever. Listen what he said. Colossians 3:25. But he that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong which he hath done. And there is no respect of persons. Hear that? What's no respect of persons? He ain't got no partiality to none of us. But you have people that think, he's just dealing with me. He only dealing with me, or some other entity, or your church, or whatever it is that you're dealing with, or your family, whatever, however it's going. He have no respect of persons. He only have respect as such in Exodus 2:25. So you have those that are lifting themselves up thinking that he's dealing with them. Most High, it said it pleased the Most High to bruise his only begotten son. So who are we to think that the Most High is not going to deal with us any kind of way he wants to? His ways and thoughts are not our ways and thoughts. So ain't nobody exempt from this. Listen to what he say, who he say he have respect to. Exodus 2:25. And the Most High looked upon the children of Israel, and the Most High had respect unto them. You see, so ain't nobody getting away with nothing. That's why we got to humble ourselves and not make ourselves with no reputation Because a lot of times you make yourself a reputation. People be talking about you more than they talk about the Most High and Mashiach Yahushua. Honor to you, honor to you, honor to you. What about honor to the Most High? All praise to the Most High. All praise to the Most High. What about all praise to the Most High? Where you hear that at? Well, I said it once, that's all I need to be, but yet still you're going to honor man. Better check yourself, or you really have to deal with the Most High. And this, remember who he is. If you don't know, you better understand who he is. And fear him. If not, then hey, more power to you. Exodus 34 and 14. For thou shalt worship no other God, no other power, not even yourself, not even ourselves. For thou shalt worship no other power. For the Most High, whose name is jealous, is a jealous power. You see, when the angels came down, it was great. Worship them. No, don't worship me. Worship the Most High. What are the angels doing before the Most High? You better understand this, people, because a lot of y'all worshiping man. And y'all look up to man, and then whenever you get checked or you get jacked up or whatever, man let you down, then you all sad and been out of shape. When you should have been just worshiping the Most High. Listen, this the angels. 2nd Ezra, the 8th chapter, the 21st verse. Whose throne is inestimable. This is the Most High. His powers and authority is inestimable, cannot be measured. Whose glory may not be comprehended. Before whom the host, that's the armies of angels, stand with trembling. You see that? They standing with trembling. And here we are, mortal men on this earth, call ourselves representing the Most High without no fear. Because people you gotta understand, if you ain't talking about fearing the Most High, being afraid of the Most High, then people not gonna be afraid of him. You ain't no different than the churches. Most High is love. He is love. He loved the blessed and he loved the curse. And we ain't seen many blessings. It's just starting to come around, people. If you do what he say do, in order, as he would have us to do. Other than that, you on your own. You doing your own thing. And no matter how you look at it, you can point the finger at me all you want to. But I'm telling you what I know through the Spirit of the Most High to be true. He said, I'll melt you. You don't believe it? You better understand, it's written. What you think of Mashiach coming back to do? You come with rose petals and giving everybody flowers and roses and tulips and all kind of daisies and so forth. No. He coming back to judge and make war. And everybody gonna meet the judgment seat of a Mashiach Yahushua when he come back to judge and make war. And he not coming back as a man. Understand this. How about that? Go to Isaiah, the 1st chapter. Isaiah, the 1st chapter. And we're going to book it as verse 16. Isaiah 1 and 16. Say, wash you. Wash you. Hopefully you wash up every day one way or another. Take a shower, bath, wash you, make you clean. So what is he talking about? This is what he said. Put away the evil of your doings from before mine eyes. Cease to do evil. So, hold that. Get Ephesians 5:26. This is how you wash yourself up. Ephesians 5:26. That he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word. You see? That he may sanctify and clean us up by the washing of water by the word. That's why St. John 17:17 says, sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is truth. So we get in the truth. We get to understand the truth. The truth is the laws of the Most High. We get an understanding of how he would have us to be, his rules and regulations, as we reading all throughout the Bible. Because when Paul went into the synagogue, he wasn't reading no New Testament. He didn't read Revelations because it didn't exist. He read the law and the prophets. That's what they read when they went into the synagogues and so forth. Places where we dwelt. Places where we dwelt to worship the Most High. They read from the law and the prophets. Because that's all they had to go by. Was the law and the prophets. So we as a people, we are subject to following the same suit. Knowing what our ancestors done and not doing the same things that they done while we came into captivity, slavery, and bondage, but following the righteousness of the Most High, keeping His laws, statutes, and commandments, and having faith in the Mashiach Yahushua. That's what's important. Other than that, you're going to be doing your own thing. You know, doing your own thing, what that's going to bring about. So we got to really look at this for real. Just a moment.